Lightning.
Boy! Get in there somewhere! Storm's coming! Finish your business and climb down here!
What? Oh. Real life. That's a real life person. Finish your business and climb down here. I'm not leaving, right? I'm just gonna... I just thought I'd talk to him or something.
All done? We should go. Storm's nearly about, so we won't be coming back. If you've still business here, climb up and finish it. Else I'll make to port.
Oh, you bet your ass has still got business to do. Screw that. Interesting. Interesting. I think the takeaway from that is that we've finished... I think we finished the story. I think the rain and the storm begins when you finished watching every story segment. And then now it's time to solve and really solve. Let's see. Let's go to the Doom. I'm going to page through to confirm that every single page is currently filled in. Not correctly necessarily, but you know, it's not blank anymore. I'm just going to check that for sure. Except for the bargain, obviously. In the lazarette. Ah. Maybe I should check the lazarette regardless. Escape. Maybe I should say these people are alive in Africa at this point, since that guy is. It's a reasonable implication since they all left together. But I'm still suspecting that maybe they all show up later in this secret chapter. Nope, they're just all in Africa. All right. The clue was just to read the first page of the book that just says that he's in Africa. And then everybody who escaped with him is also in Africa. The Lars Lind. That's what, 27 now? We're making progress. Which, I mean, it's good that we are, because otherwise we'd be in some trouble considering the fact that we've run out of story segments to watch for the first time. So me being about halfway done with them is probably a good spot to be in. This is the final chapter. Yeah, Captain's Quarters. Dude, this whole chapter is filled in except that guy. I need to figure out who that guy was. Also, am I wrong about you being alive in Africa, I wonder? I wonder if something else happened to him. Oh, wait, no, it's because I don't know who he is. Well, how many passengers are left? That's a reasonable question. Seaman, topman, midshipman, stewards, midshipman, helmsman. Ah. There are no passengers left. Is the real question, is the real answer. Okay. Every single passenger of the ship has now been identified, apparently. So you're something else. You are something else. You don't seem to be a seaman or a topman or a midshipman. So I'm guessing he's a steward. He's probably one of these three stewards. Is what I'm guessing. But I'm not really gonna put that in writing right now. Not without some kind of context. But if I can find him in the story somewhere, I might be able to find him wandering around somewhere where he's visibly stewarding, I guess. Alrighty, back from dinner. Good little time for a break. Alright, we don't know. Could try to track you down, but no, let's focus on what I was trying to do in the Doom. We're trying to go for Doom Part 7. Let's see. That's the one that doesn't even have dialogue of any kind. But it's the last time that one guy is seen at all, which might mean it tells us what happened to him. I'm hoping. Location is like straight ahead. Right, it's the guy up in the air, right? Was he visibly in the air though? Like the body I need to go to visit? Ah. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know why I counted it out. It's one off from 6 on the clock. That's how clocks work. That's a good sound. He's alright, folks. Alright, let's see about tracking this dude down. Do I know what happened to you? That's how to get back to chapter 6, I guess. So many people around here. I never figured out. Never got the guy's name, did I? I was agonizing over that for a while. That guy is around constantly. You're alive. Anyone up in the rafters? Alright, this is where things get messy. Alright, where are these people? Yeah, I'm here. If I remember correctly, I'm here because it's your last appearance, right? Nathan Peters? Disappeared in the Doom. Where he shows up in Doom Part 7. To my right, evidently? Ooh. Excuse me? That's not Nathan Peters. These guys are all, like, high-ranking officers. Can I get below deck? Was he down there somewhere? How does this work? Let's walk to the exact spot. Oh shit. That's not Nathan Peters. Damn it. That's... Oh, he's the guy that gets clubbed by our Whittle, apparently. Shown as being right here. Is this just location... I think this is just the location the body was at. Yeah, so not very helpful. Maybe indicative of something, though. Oh. Oh. The 3 people in the air. So the 3 people getting on that boat all die here, because there's the boat being overturned. And they're then lost. We're far enough out of the ocean, I would I'd say it's a fair bet to say none of them live. So I'm not going to go with alive as an option. Although technically the boat's not destroyed, so they might get back to it technically. But no, I'm going to guess that they were killed by the creature. But we don't have a direct indication. I think one of the options might be that they fell. Fell overboard. That's pretty specific. Fell overboard to his death. Yeah, that's accurate enough, I suppose. Who else was on there? You were on there. Fell overboard to his death. Who else was on that ship? Oh, it was the surprised guy, right? No. Ah. I want to be certain. So I've figured out what happened to those 3 people. I'm going to leave and I'll revisit that part of the story real quick, and I'll be sure about who was there by identifying them up close. I don't want to guess who the 3rd guy was based on memory, because I'm iffy on that. But yeah, a lot of people disappear this chapter, as expected. So chapter 1, this guy getting clubbed to death. Yeah, this is when the guy gets killed, which is when they're already overboard, so that's too late. So this one. It's the corpse directly this way. Give you all these nice little tools to help you out.
Let me on.
Over my dead body, you bloody Dane.
Huh? How's that?
There's no cause for trouble, boys. Get in the boat.
Thought I'd forget. You killed my brother.
What? That was an accident.
The robes.
It wasn't his fault. I saw the whole thing.
Lies. I shouldn't have waited so long.
No, don't.
There we go. So I identified you. Identified him. How about you? It was him. Okay, so it was him. So you fell overboard, but I don't know who you are. I could also say that they drowned or something, maybe, and also, I don't know, maybe more than one of these options as it works technically. But I don't think I know who you are, unfortunately. And we're also far enough in the story that they might never tell me who you are. Your costume. One of these days I need to actually figure out what some of these costumes mean. But at least for now I've drawn the connection that needs to be drawn, which is that these 3 escaped on that boat, and later on you could see them all being thrown away. And that would have been easier to identify previously, but I found the rest of the doom at the beginning of the story and this piece of the doom at the end of the story, because the guy shitting himself, revealing this particular story arc. So you're fully identified, right? Yeah, you're fully identified. I think you're set in stone, I think. Yeah. And you're clubbed to death, which I think was also... Alright, that's taken care of. Good catch, finding them in the water over there. Alright. Let's focus on the doom for a little while, because a lot of these people are disappear in this chapter. So a good way to find out what happened to them is to find where they show up for the last time. Unfortunately, I also don't know these people's names. So while I can find out what befell them without knowing their names, we're kind of in deep shit where I can't actually say who they are, so we won't get a result necessarily, but I can at least start filling things in. And then I can go on an individual basis, I can go through their memories that they're in, and I can find out if one of those gives me a better indication. Because what we're getting from some of the stuff is a lot of these people are like floating in the background during scenes, and vital information might happen there. These 2 are apparently easier to identify, and these other ones are harder, evidently. Feel a little bit better about the fact that these characters at least are ranked as being hard. Alright, you. 7 memories. You disappeared in the doom. Show my memory. Let's show the memories in the shit, I right-clicked a little bit at the end. This feature is very useful. It's going to help me make a lot of progress here, I think. So this is the doom part 8. That's the doom part 7. That's what Soldiers of the Sea. Murder. Unholy captives. Yeah. Wow, he's never... You are never seen below deck. That's interesting, isn't it? Alright, so first of all... I think we can call you a topman. An unknown topman. I believe that's the correct terminology. Oopsie. Yeah, above the deck. He's clearly never below deck in any of the memories, so that's rather useful for my purposes. Let's see, back to... We go to bargain, then turn back a page. There we go. Alright, so... Memories on the deck map again. He shows up in part 7, then again in part 8. Let's go find part 8. The corpse... Oh, it's when she gets... It's when she gets killed by the beam. Right. The body was moved posthumously because it was the captain's wife. So she's like right here? That door doesn't open. Beginning of the story was so much easier, wasn't it? Where the heck are they? I think the music keeps going until you close the book, or open the book. Yeah, the text does not help for any reason besides finding out that she's the wife. They made it really easy early on, because these memories weren't even linked to other deaths. Each death was an isolated little island. Yeah, you. I can't go up here. Oh, hey. That's not you. That's a hell of a pose, though. Yeah. Curious about you. He's unknown. I'm just gonna say torn apart by a beast to give us a guess. I don't know what happens to him specifically, but I want to mark the fact because he's not the person I'm here to look at. I just want to indicate that he was attacked by the beast. The fact that it's not becoming concrete, well, I guess the fact that his name isn't missing isn't helpful either. I don't know. I'm just trying to mark him in some way to indicate that he's being attacked by the beast, and I have to give a verb first. I'm hoping that doesn't trip me up. But I'm just trying to indicate that I've seen him here because I'm pretty sure I don't think he's gonna survive that. Nobody's even paying attention to what's happening to him. Ooh, body. Oh, there you go, huh? Yeah. So the beast got you too, as expected, but the body's overboard. Ah, that's what I should go with. If they went overboard. Yeah. Let's say that you fell overboard. Is that the best I can do, though? Let's see. Eaten by an unknown attacker. By a beast. No, we have no reason to think they were devoured specifically. Let's see. To the people that fell over... Yes, as I said that you guys fell overboard to your death. I mean, that's what I've been going with, yeah. I don't think there is a better verb, is there? Unknown, alive, axed, burned, clawed, clubbed, crushed. Drowned might be an option. Technically. Fell overboard to your death is presumed drowned, though. All we know is they fell overboard and they're dead. Eaten seems like a skip, but they could have all been eaten. Everyone that got grabbed might have been eaten by the octopus. I don't know, do krakens historically tend to eat the people they attack? I don't think that's usually the implication necessarily. Strangled, struck. Yeah, none of these seem quite right. I think I'm just gonna say fell overboard. Yeah. Unknown top man. Unfortunately, my crew is very poorly named. We can get, yeah, we can guess Chinese, but yeah, Huang Li, Zhizhang, Zhizhang, Li Hong, and Wei Li. I have nothing to go on there. He appears to be Chinese, but that's not really much to go on. I feel like I've been good at trying to mark people's names whenever they come up, so I don't know when that guy's name ever comes up necessarily. And for you, let's just verify. You're in 2 memories. Let's show them on the deck map. Is the last one this one? Yep, part 8. He somehow is only in part 8, by the way. Like, he was somehow not on the deck in any of the previous things that happened over the course of the scene. And he's here in part 3. Who were you in part 3? I wonder. Because you weren't part of the people that took off in the following chapter, because all those people are dead by this part in the story. He must have just been a witness to what happened a little bit, or maybe is far away. I'm curious about that. You know what? I'm curious about that. He was only in 2 memories total. This one is useless for identifying him. So let's see what he's doing in Murder Part 3. Since he's in no other parts of the entire story. I find that very interesting, don't you? Before I leave though, let's double check these guys. So, I have not found out what happened to you. What is your last memory? It said, did it say disappear? Yeah, you disappeared in the doom, because that's what we already verified here. That's why I'm looking at you in the first place. I was like, I'm gonna go double check. So the doom, part 7, part 8. Everything else is not the doom. It's all the other chapters. Yeah. Because technically these could be disconnected, maybe, but I'm not super sure. Like, this is part 8, 7... Yeah, Soldier of the Sea can skip. Like, here's part 4, part 5, then he disappears for a while, then he shows up in 7. So I can't just say that because the line disconnects that he doesn't show up anywhere else. I gotta be a little careful and check every little diamond on the map, because they might be the chapter I'm looking at. But I don't think they are. Murder, Soldiers of the Sea. He was in a lot of he's like all the conflict scenes where a fight's happening. So this is his last scene. So what are you doing in this scene? Is that you? No. What was he doing in this scene? Because it's probably how he died too. I think I even found him already, but I don't remember where it was. It's the whole mast coming off. See, that's the Chinese guy. Yep. Was it you? That's the last time you're seen, huh? How unhelpful. The last time you're seen is here when this thing is stabbed. So it's grabbing you. When's the last time you're seen? Are you seen after this chapter? You were torn apart by a terrible beast. You perished in Escape Part 1. Terrible beasts were still happening in Escape Part 1? Alright. Is the implication that you were just a corpse at that point? But corpses, I think, show up as part of the memory system, I think. Did you successfully stab all the way through into the post? Not really. It's not stabbed all the way through. Oh, in fact, that's not even where yeah, there's no wood on the other side to stab into. That's the wall drops down there. So he's got his whole body on this spear, which he stabbed into this arm. I'm thinking the arm might recoil off, and he might get flung overboard. Not exactly a big leap, being like, hey, everyone who disappeared this chapter probably fell overboard. All we know is that his body's not around. Trying to at least find evidence before I just guess. But you know. Your last scene is also in the Doom. Is it this one? The Doom Part 6? Is that your last chapter? The Doom Part 2. Okay, so he shows up for the last time in the Doom Part 6. Go track that down then. Maybe we'll get more information for what happened to him. Here we go. Yeah, now the hard work comes in. Alright, so the Doom Part 6. It's the exploding guy. Get outside. Compare. Ah. This far side of the deck. Is it the guy that was like... No. Is it you? Makes sense. Yep, Part 6. Oh. About as obvious as it possibly can get that he fell overboard. Yep, there he goes. Yeah, how many chaotic moments can be here, I wonder? He's got a gun. You're holding on. And we don't really have any more deaths to identify, I suppose, so I guess that's probably it. But can I go downstairs, I wonder? He's kind of falling awkwardly across them, so nope. Dude, you have a lot of guns, don't you? Does he have... Dude has 3 guns until he trips. Yep, the 2 mates that are alive at this point are both here. I consider for a second that he might be the gunner, but the gunner's already accounted for. Let's see. So yeah, I just said fell overboard to his death to absolutely everybody. Yep. Hopefully I'm on the right track there. Let's see. The gunner's already identified. Yeah. I don't think he's the gunner's mate. That's a giant hat for a gunner's mate. Purser, I think, is identified, but we don't know for sure. For sure. Bunch of passengers. I think, yeah, I'm right. Every single passenger has been identified. We know what happened to every single one of them and the artist. Just an entire category that's out now, interestingly. Midshipman. This is where it's going to get harder. All of the more noteworthy people of the crew are largely identified, and now it's a lot of the less significant people. Yeah, I still think that you're the who's the bosun's mate? I should go to the bosun's chapters and see which chapter, like see where they have like a mate of some sort going around with them. That'd probably stand out. Let's see. Same thing with these guys, right? So first mate, second mate. I don't have the first and second stewards down, right? First mate, steward. Paul Moss appears to be identified as being killed by a sword. But yeah, I could probably figure out these people if I just follow that character around for a bit. Eventually I'd find some kid or something that's around them, or someone who seems subservient-ish. Anyway, back to going to Murder Chapter 3.